So yesterday in my members only stream, I got to thinking about uh, Gear Town fairies, which is an idea that's been tried before. I think probably because Mausoleum has cool interaction with Christia and stuff. But I was thinking, there's a lot of cards that have like Sanctuary in the Sky specific effects. So I could play like triple terraforming with one Sanctuary, one Mausoleum, and then triple Gear Town. I felt like that would be a cool idea. So this is the build that I ultimately ended up coming up with. I looked through all the Sanctuary in the Sky clauses, and the only one that really felt decent to me actually was Nova Summoner's effect to summon Air Knight from your deck. Unfortunately, all the other ones just felt like too bad or too situational. There are some later ones that I guess are a little bit better, but they're more so legal in like Tengu format and like later formats like that. So yeah, I pretty much just decided that Nova was the only one that was worth it. So we're playing triple Nova Summoner with Air Knight to try and exploit that. To that end, we've maxed out on recruiters. We're playing Warrior Lady Cyber Valleys like the other recruiter targets. I decided that some of the banish package with like Dim Alk and more Warrior Ladies in return probably had to go. Unfortunately, just to make room for all this stuff, which it is a shame because that's some of the best stuff in the fairy deck. I think, especially RFDD, big reason to play the fairy deck in my opinion. But for science, we had to cut it out and put in this this Air Knight stuff. I mean, I think having Gear Town's nice, definitely for sure. Gadgetron is just a very good card that plays well into a lot of stuff. So that's definitely a cool thing to have. So we're on 6 recruiters. I was only able to fit double Christia. Realistically, I think we should probably play 3 Christia, especially since we're on 6 recruiters. I would just like take anything out and put a third Christia in. Actually, I don't know what I was thinking because I guess the issue is this build doesn't have ways to fix your graveyard outside of maybe call, I guess. So it's like if you play 3 Christia and you get to that point where there's 5 fairies in your graveyard, you just got 3 dead draws in your deck. I guess Mausoleum can also cheat them out of your hand though, and you do have call to sort of, kind of sometimes fix your graveyard. But mainly like playing 6 recruiters, I feel like you should just play 3 Christia. So that's definitely something I would change moving forward. But yeah, also on Raikou because I played the Minecon thing. Then we got Tragodia, no Gorge because we're on the field spells, and then Card Trooper still. I think Card Trooper's just really good. It's like him and Minecon give you a lot of good going second options against stuff like Hamster Raikou, which can ordinarily be difficult for all of the battle recruiters and stuff. We weren't able to fit in bottomless either. This deck's super packed actually, so it was kind of a lot of tough choices had to be made. But yeah, that's the list I came up with, and here are the games. First one, we have a match against a fan of the channel playing Hero Beat. It was a very, I don't know if I want to call it Hero Beat. It was definitely a different kind of Hero Beat build than ones we've really seen before. I mean, it's definitely Hero Beat, right? You're playing Alias Spark. But as you can see, they were on some different techs here, including Wildheart, which is it's just like a 1500 that's immune to traps. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. Here, we had a couple problems in these matches where I just kept not drawing any starters, which is super weird, right? Because we play 6 recruiters. I guess it's just like the 6 recruiters and Card Trooper and what was the other one? Bryco. Maybe we are a little light on starters. I can look back at the list actually. What is it? 6 recruiters, Warrior Lady, Raikou, Card Trooper. I guess that's like 9 starters. That is a little light. I think I lean more towards like 11 in like standard decks. So maybe we should. I guess not having Dim Alks kind of hurts you, but at the same time, just going Dim Alk and blind hitting isn't the best thing on opening move either. But I felt like I wasn't drawing enough good fairy normal summons, even though I was on 6 recruiters, which was awkward. Here we just go for Gadgetron. It gets bottomless. That's okay. We can just summon out Christia attack. The main issue is that they have this D prison to back up this Grand Mole here. So unfortunately, my Honest eats a D prison. I guess if I had just left the Christian attack, I could have hit over the Grand Mole, and that would have been pretty good. They would have had to like torrential me. As you can see here, they're also playing Spirit Reaper, at which point I decide to torrential. Obviously, they try to call back Spirit Reaper, but there's this weird ruling with Spirit Reaper with cards like Call or Premature Burial, where it's being like continuously targeted by it, so it just kills itself with its own effect. So they got to bring back something else. They bring Grand Mole. And from this point, things are looking pretty bad because we're going to go to 100 life, and that means no more Mausoleum and no more brain control, or I don't know, we just died at anything. Mirror Force is a pretty good one. They try to e-call for... yeah, you can't e-call for Dolphin. They're probably thinking you can Rota for Dolphin, but yeah, they e-call for Alias. They're also playing Voltic. This is actually a pretty cool looking hero beat list. I think Voltic's a very cool card. One of my favorite elemental heroes. So here, yeah, it's just like, damn, I wish I could draw a recruiter, you know? They draw, I draw a Warrior Lady, but then they top deck Miracle Fusion, so we die there. Yeah, nothing we can do. This hand's okay. It's a little bit heavy on field spell stuff, actually. But I'm thinking, like, we can go pro set heavy, set the Nova here. Maybe I should have held the heavy, actually, because it turns out we have a pretty cool OTK line this turn. I think that does, like, 8,000 exactly. So we flip up the heavy, and then we go, like, double Gadgetron, right? Which is 6,000 damage. And then we use the Sanctuary to float into AIRKNIGHT. I think this is the only time we actually got to do that. We had to pray that we didn't mill AIRKNIGHT off of that card trooper, or we wouldn't have had lethal. But no, yeah, we float into AIRKNIGHT. We hit in with AIRKNIGHT. AIRKNIGHT gives us a draw. And then I guess I could have played around Gores better by hitting over with the Gadgetron instead of hitting over with the AIRKNIGHT. I just wanted to be... Yeah, we could have, because that would have played around Trag too. We probably should have hit with the Gadgetron first. But as it happens, we have game, and we got to resolve AIRKNIGHT effect and whatnot, so it's pretty could. On to the next one. Yeah, another one of these hands where we just don't have a recruiter. Like, if we had a recruiter, we'd be so golden, right? We would actually just summon Christia, and it would be amazing. But no such luck. No such luck. We're going to go for Gadgetron. I think about stopping that. I decided to just let it through, and then Mausoleum summon Christia. The issue with Mausoleum summon Christia is that, like, if it gets outed and goes to the top of my deck, then it's just like a dead draw. So I decided to switch it and pass. We get compulsed. We're totally cool with getting compulsed here. It's basically, technically a -1 for them. So here, unfortunately, we kind of have to take all the damage, which means we can't Mausoleum and my body. So the opponent brings out Ab-Zero. We go for the steal here. They try to Mirror Force, but we have the My Body as a shield to protect our Ab-Zero. Unfortunately for me, they can just out it proactively with Gem Spark, which is like going to force out the compulsory evacuation device here. So not too good for me. I need to find something off the top here. We draw DD Crow, not good, but Honest does kind of wall everything. The problem is this Crow doesn't actually stop a Miracle Fusion. It is good because it means it insulates our Honest versus getting outed by any kind of Hero Blast or whatever. But the second one, not very good. I think against Hero Beat, my rule of thumb is just side 1 Crow, but for some reason I brought in 2 here. So yeah, we set Decree. Decree's pretty good. It's going to let us just go in with the Sidra. We flip up Decree, and then I think I set DD Crow here. That way we still have the Honest protecting our attack mode Sidra if they go for like a Miracle Fusion play or something. Although it depends. I might have to hold the Honest if they have another normal summon. So here they go for Voltic, which is bad because they have an Honest. Although it's good because I think they were out of... Were they out of ways to go for game here? I'm not sure. I don't know what their build is looking like or what their post-board strategy was. They could have just, like, gone lethal if they had a big enough monster with that Honest, actually. But I guess they didn't. They get out Voltic. Voltic kills the Decree, but then we just Honest and damage step to go for lethal on my side. So, yeah, interesting. We show each other all our cards here. It looks like they were on Divine Neos. I want to know, yeah, can they make this Divine Neos? I guess if they draw Future Fusion, they can send like a whole bunch of stuff. We saw they were on Dolphin before, but yeah, interesting Hero Beat build. We were able to take it in the end. We got to resolve the AIRKNIGHT thing once in this match, which is cool. We do have one other one. This was just it was not a best of one. It was a best of 3. I don't host best of ones, but the opponent like left after one match, so it's basically just game 1 versus Dragon Turbo, which, you know, it's not fun to sit there and watch the opponent draw a bunch of cards, which is it's what's about to happen to me. So they go Reckless Greed, they go Upstart, and yeah, as you can see, they're probably going to activate Card Destruction at some point here. They go hit with the Card Trooper, set a bunch of things, activate Card D, which kind of sucks because Brain Mind, we're going to be pretty good this game. Yeah, they get a White Stone Search, and now they're just like go crazy with Consonants and Trade-In and whatnot, and I think do they get to Rejuve? I actually don't remember if they Rejuve. They flip up average. I mean, they have like a billion cards either way, right? So we're not in a great spot. The good news is that Heavy Storm has been milled. So we don't have to worry about that. At least we can just like keep our Compulse chilling here forever. Although Compulse isn't fantastic in this matchup. It's basically just like gonna be a way to like out Drago temporarily. So I decided to Typhoon the back row, and I figured out that was actually Rejuve, which, interestingly, wow, why did they not just activate this in their main one, actually? Yeah, that's wild. That's wild to me. That's a really weird thought in hindsight. At the time, I don't think it occurred to me, but yeah, why didn't they just activate that Rejuve? So we use Honest to keep our Nova Summoner from dying, because obviously we don't want it to die under Drago. And I think we make a misplay here, where I just activate Mausoleum when I shouldn't have. I should have just held it in case we draw like a Gear Town, because then we could have, Gear Town, summon Gadgetron, hit over, whatever. I was thinking I was going to summon Trag and steal the Drago, but actually we decided to wait on that. So I definitely should have just held on to that Mausoleum. Big misplay there. I decided to Compulse in this situation. Yeah, they can bring the Drago back down, but it just buys me time. Here we have to go for it, right? We have to summon this, and then we steal Drago, and then we activate Sanctuary just to take less damage, I guess. We ram, and then now we don't take damage from Sanctuary. So we ram, we get this. We don't have Warrior Ladies left in our deck, so I have to go up to 4 Fairies and just try to draw Christia here, even though, as I mentioned, we're only on 2 Christia. But then we draw Christia plus Orange Light, so we use the Christia, add back to Honest. Now, fortunately for me, they don't happen to have the copy of Lightning Vortex in their hand, so they have to go for this Tribute Summon Tragodia play. And then because I got lucky and also drew Orange Light, I can stop the Tragodia, which means I just win the game. So that one felt weird. Yeah, I think the Mausoleum misplay was bad, but we somehow pulled through in a game that didn't feel super winnable. So yeah, that was a cool match. Cool match. All the matches were cool. We only got to do the AIRKNIGHT trick once, I guess, which is a little bit sad. I do think out of all the cards that I looked at to use with Sanctuary of the Sky, Nova Summoner into AIRKNIGHT was probably the best like meme available. But yeah, it's only like okay. AIRKNIGHT's just so small is the thing in Edison format. 19 doesn't clear crap. But yeah, I mean that was the deck. I think there's some merit to like the field spell Gear Town stuff. Mausoleum into Christia is decent. So if anything, that's pretty cool. But yeah, as always, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments section, and I will see you in the next one. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.